You can understand English when someone speaks, but when it is your turn to answer, your mouth suddenly becomes slow. The words are inside your mind, yet they do not come out with the same speed, rhythm, or confidence. This happens because your ear and mouth are not working as one system. Your ear recognizes English, but your mouth has not been trained to reproduce it automatically. You have learned how to receive the language, but not how to release it. Today, that begins to change. You are going to train your ear to catch natural English, your mouth to copy real speaking patterns, and your brain to connect listening directly with speaking without translating every sentence first. But do not listen silently. Repeat the sentences aloud, practice the movements, and stay until the final chapter, because the last method will show you how to turn this training into a daily system that makes English feel natural. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and write "My ear and mouth will work together" in the comments. Make that promise to yourself now. Let us begin with the real reason your ear understands English, but your mouth still cannot respond. Chapter 1. Why your ear understands, but your mouth cannot respond. You hear the question, you understand almost every word, you even know the answer, but when you try to speak, your mind starts translating. Your mouth becomes slow, and the right sentence disappears. This does not happen because your English is weak. It happens because your listening system is faster than your speaking system. Your ear has spent years receiving English. It can recognize familiar words, phrases, and meanings. But your mouth has not repeated those same patterns enough to produce them automatically. You have trained yourself to understand English, but not always to release it. Think about a song you have heard many times. You may recognize it immediately, yet still struggle to sing every line correctly. Recognition is not the same as production. Listening tells you, "I know this." Speaking asks, "Can I create this now?" That is where many learners freeze. When you speak, your brain must do several things at once. It must choose the idea, find the words, organize the sentence, control pronunciation, and move your mouth, all in only a few seconds. If these steps are not connected through practice, hesitation appears. This is why learning more vocabulary is not always the solution. You may already know enough words. The real problem is that your mouth cannot access them quickly. The solution is to shorten the distance between hearing and speaking. From now on, do not only ask, "Did I understand that sentence?" Ask, "Can I say it naturally?" When you hear a useful phrase, repeat it immediately. Copy the rhythm, copy the stress, copy the way the words connect. Do not wait until you understand every grammar rule. Let your mouth learn the movement while your ear still remembers the sound. Start with simple phrases. "I understand what you mean." "I need a moment to think." "That sounds like a good idea." "I'm not sure, but I'll try." Repeat each phrase until your mouth stops fighting it. Your goal is not to memorize thousands of difficult sentences. Your goal is to make simple English fast, clear, and automatic. The moment your ear hears English and your mouth responds without translation, real fluency begins. Your ear already knows more than you think. Now your mouth must learn to follow. Chapter 2. Stop listening for separate words. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is trying to hear every word separately. You listen to a sentence and wait for each word to arrive clearly, one after another. But natural English does not sound like written English. Native speakers connect words, reduce sounds, shorten phrases, and move through sentences with rhythm. This is why you may know every word on the page but still fail to recognize the sentence when someone speaks quickly. Take this sentence. "What are you going to do?" On paper, every word looks clear, but in natural speech, it may sound much faster and more connected. Your ear is waiting for 6 separate words, while the speaker is producing one smooth sound group. The problem is not always speed. The problem is that your ear has been trained to expect perfect, separate words. Real English arrives in chunks. Phrases such as, "I don't know." "What do you mean?" "Let me think about it." "I'll get back to you." "Do you want to come?" These expressions are not usually spoken word by word. They have their own rhythm, sound, and movement. When you learn them as complete units, your ear recognizes them faster and your mouth produces them more naturally. This is the secret. Do not only learn the meaning of a phrase, learn its sound shape. Listen to the full phrase. Notice which words are strong. Notice which sounds become weaker. Notice how the end of one word connects to the beginning of the next. Then repeat the phrase as one complete movement. Do not say, "I don't know." Say it smoothly, "I don't know." Do not force every word to sound equally strong. Follow the natural rhythm. Choose 5 useful phrases every day. Listen to each one several times, then repeat it until your mouth can say it without stopping. After that, use the phrase in a new sentence. For example, I don't know the answer. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I can come. Now the phrase becomes more than something you recognize. It becomes something you can control. When your ear learns English in sound groups, listening becomes easier. When your mouth practices those same sound groups, speaking becomes faster. Stop chasing every individual word. Start hearing complete patterns. That is how your ear and mouth begin to move together. Chapter 3. Train your mouth like a muscle. Your mouth does not become fluent simply because your brain understands English. Speaking is also a physical skill. Your lips, tongue, jaw, breath, and voice must learn how English moves. This is why you may know the correct pronunciation but still struggle to say the word quickly. Your mind understands the sound, but your mouth has not repeated the movement enough. Think about learning a new exercise. The first movement feels slow and uncomfortable. You must concentrate on every step. But after enough repetition, your body performs it naturally. English speaking works the same way. Your mouth has spent years producing the sounds and rhythm of your first language. Those movements feel automatic. English may ask your tongue to move differently, your lips to change shape, and your breath to continue through longer phrases. At first, this feels strange. Do not mistake unfamiliar movement for inability. Your mouth is not weak, it is simply untrained. Begin by relaxing your jaw. A tense mouth produces tense English. Take a slow breath, loosen your face, and speak without forcing every sound. Practice short word connections. Take it, turn it on, find out, let it go, pick it up. Do not separate the words. Allow the final sound of one word to move directly into the next. Repeat each phrase slowly, then gradually increase your speed without losing clarity. Now practice complete sentences. Take it with you. Turn it on when you arrive. Find out what happened. Let it go and move forward. Pick it up from the table. The first repetition may feel difficult. The 5th will feel easier. The 20th may begin to feel natural. This is how your mouth builds memory. Do not practice only in your head. Silent practice improves understanding, but spoken repetition trains movement. Say the sentence aloud. Feel where your tongue moves. Notice how your lips change. Listen to your own rhythm. Then repeat the sentence again with less effort. Your goal is not to speak fast immediately. Speed without control creates unclear speech. First build smooth movement, then allow speed to grow naturally. Use this simple pattern: slow and clear, smooth and connected, natural and confident. When your mouth can produce simple English without struggle, your brain has more space to focus on meaning. You stop fighting pronunciation and begin communicating. Every sentence you repeat is physical training. Every connected phrase strengthens your speaking muscles. Every clear repetition teaches your mouth that English is not dangerous, difficult, or unnatural. Your mouth does not need more pressure. It needs patient, consistent movement. Train it daily, and the English inside your mind will finally begin to come out with freedom. Chapter 4. Build the ear-to-mouth echo. The fastest way to connect your English ear and mouth is to stop allowing too much time between hearing a sentence and repeating it. Most learners listen to English, understand the meaning, translate it into their first language, study the grammar, and then try to say it. By the time they finally speak, the original sound has already disappeared from their memory. The rhythm is gone. The pronunciation is gone. The natural movement between the words is gone. Only the written sentence remains. This is why many learners speak English correctly but still sound slow, separated, or unnatural. They are not repeating what they heard. They are rebuilding the sentence from grammar. To create a stronger connection, you need to become like an echo. An echo does not analyze the sound. It hears it and sends it back. When you hear a short English sentence, repeat it immediately while the speaker's voice is still alive inside your ears. Do not give your mind enough time to translate every word. Allow the sound to travel directly from your ear to your mouth. Listen. I wasn't expecting that. Now repeat. I wasn't expecting that. Do not focus only on the words. Notice how the sentence begins strongly, moves quickly through the middle, and becomes softer at the end. Copy the feeling of the sentence, not just its vocabulary. Listen. That sounds like a good idea. Repeat it immediately. Listen. I'll think about it and let you know. Repeat it before your mind begins to break it into separate parts. At first, you may forget a word. Your rhythm may be different. Your mouth may become stuck in the middle. That is completely normal. The purpose of this practice is not to prove that your English is already perfect. The purpose is to show your mouth what it still needs to learn. Begin with short sentences because your mind can hold them more easily. A sentence between 4 and 8 words is usually enough. I understand what you mean. I need some time to think. I didn't hear what you said. Can you explain that again? I'll call you when I arrive. Listen to one sentence 2 or 3 times, then repeat it without looking at the words. This forces your ear to carry the sentence to your mouth. When you read while repeating, your eyes may take control. You begin pronouncing the sentence according to the spelling instead of the sound. Reading can help in the beginning, but eventually you must close the text and trust your ears. Your ear needs to become the teacher. Your mouth needs to become the student. There are 3 powerful stages in this method. In the first stage, listen and repeat exactly. Do not change anything. Copy the same words, rhythm, stress, and emotion. If the speaker sounds surprised, let your voice carry surprise. If the speaker sounds calm, repeat the sentence calmly. If the speaker asks a question, copy the rise and fall of the voice. Emotion makes pronunciation more natural because real speech is never completely empty. People do not communicate with words alone. They use energy, intention, hesitation, confidence, curiosity, and feeling. A sentence such as, "Are you serious?" can express excitement, anger, disbelief, or happiness. The words stay the same, but the voice changes everything. When you copy emotion, your mouth stops behaving like a machine and begins behaving like a communicator. In the second stage, repeat the sentence from memory. Listen once, pause the audio, and say the sentence without reading it. This may feel difficult because your brain is used to depending on written English. Do not panic when you forget one small word. Keep the rhythm moving. If the original sentence is, "I've been thinking about changing my job," and you say, "I've been thinking of changing my job," continue speaking. The purpose is to strengthen your response, not to punish yourself for every difference. After repeating, listen again and notice what you missed. Perhaps you missed a weak word. Perhaps 2 words were connected. Perhaps the speaker stressed a word you did not expect. Each mistake gives your ear a new detail to notice. In the third stage, use the same pattern to create your own English. Suppose you hear, "I'm trying to improve my English." First, repeat the sentence exactly. Then keep the pattern and change the final idea. "I'm trying to improve my pronunciation." "I'm trying to speak more confidently." "I'm trying to understand fast English." "I'm trying to stop translating." Now the sentence is becoming part of your speaking system. You are no longer only copying. You are learning how to control the pattern. Listen to another example. "I didn't know how to respond." Repeat it, then create. "I didn't know what to say." "I didn't know where to begin." "I didn't know how to explain it." "I didn't know why I was nervous." This is where repetition turns into fluency. You hear one useful structure, your mouth copies it, and your brain learns how to use it in different situations. Do not collect hundreds of phrases without using them. One sentence pattern used 10 different ways is more powerful than 10 sentences repeated once. Your goal is to create flexibility. The ear gives you the pattern. The mouth learns the movement. The brain changes the meaning. Together, they create spontaneous speech. You can practice this method with podcasts, interviews, short stories, conversations, or clear English videos. Choose material that is slightly above your current level but still understandable. If the audio is so difficult that you cannot recognize anything, you will spend the entire practice feeling lost. If it is too easy, your ear and mouth will not receive enough challenge. Choose sentences that you can mostly understand but cannot yet say naturally. These are the sentences that will help you grow. Practice for 10 or 15 minutes. Do not repeat for an hour with no attention. Focused repetition is more powerful than tired repetition. Choose 5 to 10 sentences. Listen carefully. Repeat immediately. Close the text. Repeat from memory. Change one part. Create your own version. Then use one of those sentences later in the day. For example, if you practiced, "I'll think about it and let you know." Use it when someone asks you to make a decision. The moment a practiced sentence appears in real life, your brain understands that this language is useful, not theoretical. That experience builds confidence. You stop thinking, "I studied this sentence." You begin thinking, "This is something I can actually say." There will be moments when your mouth cannot follow the speaker's speed. Do not force it. Slow the sentence down, practice the difficult connection, and gradually return to natural speed. Accuracy comes before speed. Smoothness comes before speed. Control comes before speed. When the movement becomes familiar, speed arrives naturally. Do not measure your progress only by how fast you can repeat. Measure it by how quickly you can understand the sentence, how smoothly you can reproduce it, and how easily you can use the pattern in your own speech. The real victory is not copying one sentence perfectly. The real victory is hearing a familiar pattern in conversation and responding without translating. That is when the bridge becomes real. Your ear hears the sound. Your brain catches the meaning. Your mouth answers before fear has time to interfere. Listen closely. Echo immediately. Change the pattern. Use it in your own life. This is how English stops being something you only hear and becomes something you can finally speak. Chapter 5. Build the rhythm that makes English flow. Many learners believe fluent English means speaking faster, but speed is not the real secret. The real secret is rhythm. You can speak slowly and still sound natural if your words move with the right stress, connection, and flow. You can also speak quickly and still sound difficult to understand if every word feels heavy, separate, and forced. English does not move like a line of equal words. It moves through strong beats and weak beats. Some words carry the main meaning. Other words support that meaning and become lighter. Native speakers do not usually give the same energy to every word in a sentence. They naturally emphasize the important parts and allow smaller words to move quickly between them. Consider this sentence. I want to improve my English. A learner may pronounce every word with the same force. I want to improve my English. The sentence is correct, but it sounds stiff because the mouth is treating every word as a separate object. Natural speech gives more strength to the words that carry the message. I want to improve my English. The important words become clear. The smaller words move lightly between them. The sentence starts to feel like one complete thought instead of 6 disconnected pieces. This matters because your mouth cannot move smoothly when it tries to control every single word with equal effort. Too much control creates tension. Too much tension creates hesitation. Too much hesitation destroys rhythm. You do not need to push every word forward. You need to guide the listener through the main beats of your message. Listen to this sentence. I need to finish this today. The words need, finish, and today carry the strongest meaning. Now listen to, she told me to call her later. The words told, call, and later carry the message. Now, we have to leave in 10 minutes. The main beats are have, leave, and 10. When your ear begins to notice these strong words, fast English becomes easier to understand. You stop demanding perfect clarity from every small word. You begin listening for the parts that carry the meaning. When your mouth begins to reproduce those same strong and weak patterns, your speech becomes smoother. This is why rhythm connects listening and speaking so powerfully. Your ear learns where English becomes strong. Your mouth learns where English becomes light. Your brain learns how ideas are organized through sound. Most learners do not struggle because their sentences are completely wrong. They struggle because the sentence has no movement. Every word receives the same pressure, and the listener must work harder to understand the message. Rhythm gives your sentence direction. It tells the listener, this word matters, this idea is important, this is where the meaning lives. Take the sentence, I didn't say he stole the money. This sentence can express several different meanings depending on which word you stress. I didn't say he stole the money. This suggests that you did not say it. I didn't say he stole the money. This suggests that perhaps you implied it but did not say it directly. I didn't say he stole the money. This suggests that someone else may have stolen it. I didn't say he stole the money. This suggests that perhaps he borrowed it or took it in another way. The words are exactly the same, but stress changes the meaning. This is why pronunciation is not only about individual sounds, it is also about showing your real intention. When you speak without stress, your listener hears words but may miss your meaning. When you use stress well, even simple English becomes powerful. Begin by choosing one sentence each day and identifying the most important words. Say those words more clearly. Allow the smaller words to become lighter. For example, I really want to speak English with confidence. Do not shout the important words. Stress does not always mean loudness. You can create stress by making a word slightly longer, slightly clearer, or slightly higher in pitch. Your voice should move naturally. It should not sound like you are reading a list. Another important part of English rhythm is reduction. Small words often become weaker in natural speech. Words such as to, for, and, of, can, and the may sound shorter and softer when they are not important. Consider, I want to go. In careful speech, you may hear every word clearly. In natural speech, to becomes weaker, and the sentence flows more smoothly. I want to go. The word is still present, but it does not receive the same weight as want and go. Consider bread and butter. The word and may become very light between the two important nouns, bread and butter. Consider, I can do it. If can is not being contrasted, it may sound weak. But if someone says you cannot do it, and you reply, I can do it, then the word becomes strong, because it now carries the main message. This teaches you an important rule. A word is not always strong or always weak. Its strength depends on the meaning. Your job is not to memorize a perfect rhythm for every sentence. Your job is to notice which part of the message matters most. Ask yourself, what am I emphasizing? What should the listener remember? Which word carries the real emotion? When your speaking has a clear center, the sentence becomes easier to produce. Rhythm also depends on thought groups. Many learners try to say a long sentence as one continuous line. They begin strongly, run out of breath, lose their idea, and then stop in the middle. Other learners pause after every few words, even when the meaning is not complete. This makes the sentence sound broken. Natural speakers divide longer sentences into small groups of meaning. Consider this sentence. When I started learning English, I understood many words, but I was too nervous to speak. You do not need to say this entire sentence in one breath. You can divide it naturally. When I started learning English I understood many words, but I was too nervous to speak. Each group carries one clear part of the idea. The first group gives the time. The second group explains the ability. The third group introduces the problem. These small groups give your mouth time to move and your brain time to prepare the next idea. Thought grouping is especially useful when you often go blank in the middle of a sentence. Do not try to create the entire sentence before you begin. Create the first group, say it clearly, then create the next group. For example, last year I started a new job and I had to speak English every day. I wanted to improve because I understood people, but I could not answer quickly. At first I felt very nervous, but slowly I became more comfortable. This is how long answers are built, not through one perfect sentence, through several small connected thought groups. When you understand this, speaking becomes less frightening. You no longer need to hold a long sentence inside your mind. You only need to carry one small group at a time. Rhythm also depends on breathing. Many learners hold their breath when they speak English because they are concentrating too hard. Their body becomes tense, their voice becomes weak, and they rush to finish the sentence before the breath disappears. You cannot speak naturally while fighting your own breathing. Take a comfortable breath before you begin. Do not fill your lungs completely. Too much air can create tension. Take enough air to support one thought group. Speak the first group. Pause naturally. Breathe again. Continue. Your pauses are not signs of failure. A natural pause gives structure to your message. The problem is not pausing. The problem is pausing in places that break the meaning. Compare these two versions. I want to improve my English because I need it for work. The pauses feel unnatural because they separate words that belong together. Now listen. I want to improve my English because I need it for work. The sentence feels clear because the pause appears between complete ideas. Train your ear to notice where speakers breathe and pause. Do not listen only to pronunciation. Listen to the architecture of the sentence. Where does the speaker slow down? Where does the speaker create emphasis? Where does the speaker pause before an important point? Where does the voice rise? Where does it fall? Your mouth should not copy only sounds, it should copy this movement. Intonation is another important part of rhythm. Intonation is the way your voice rises and falls. A flat voice can make even a good sentence sound uncertain, bored, or memorized. Natural speech moves because meaning moves. Questions often rise or change near the end. Statements often fall when the idea feels complete. Surprise creates a different movement. Doubt creates another. Excitement, disappointment, curiosity, and confidence all shape the voice differently. Say, you finished the project. Now say it with surprise. You finished the project? Now say it with confidence. You finished the project. Now say it with doubt. You finished the project. The words remain the same, but the voice changes the message. This is why simply reading English aloud is not enough if you read without emotion. You must connect the sentence to an intention. Before you repeat a sentence, ask, what is the speaker feeling? What is the speaker trying to do? Are they asking, warning, encouraging, doubting, or explaining? Then allow your voice to carry that intention. When you do this, your pronunciation becomes more natural because the rhythm is connected to meaning. You are no longer producing words. You are producing communication. A powerful practice for rhythm is called beat training. Choose a sentence and tap the table only on the important words. For example, I want to speak English with confidence. Tap on want, speak, and confidence. Say the sentence again while keeping those beats clear. Then remove the tapping and keep the same rhythm in your voice. Try, I need to find a better job. Tap on need, find, better, and job. Then, she wants to learn English for work. Tap on wants, learn, English, and work. This exercise teaches your mouth to move quickly through the smaller words while staying clear on the important ones. Another powerful exercise is sentence expansion. Begin with a short sentence, I work, then add one thought group. I work from home. Then add another. I work from home / because it saves time. Then add another. I work from home / because it saves time and helps me focus. Then continue. I work from home / because it saves time and helps me focus, especially in the morning. Notice how the sentence becomes longer without becoming difficult. You are not creating everything at once. You are building rhythm one group at a time. This method is especially useful for learners who give very short answers. If someone asks, where do you work? You may answer, I work from home. Then expand. I work from home / because my company allows remote work. Then add, I work from home / because my company allows remote work, and I find it easier to concentrate there. Now your answer sounds natural, complete, and confident. The secret is not using more difficult vocabulary. The secret is organizing simple language with rhythm. You can also practice rhythm by contrasting incorrect and natural speech. Say this version first. I went to the store because I needed some food. Feel how much effort it requires. Now say, I went to the store / because I needed some food. The second version feels lighter because the sentence has structure. Your mouth is not working less carelessly. It is working more intelligently. Natural rhythm protects your energy. It allows you to speak longer without feeling exhausted. It also gives your brain more time to prepare the next part of the sentence. This is one reason native speakers can speak quickly without feeling that every word is difficult. Their mouths are not producing each word as a separate event. They are moving through familiar patterns, stresses, and thought groups. You can build the same ability, not by forcing yourself to speak faster, by making the movement more efficient. Choose a short piece of audio and listen to one sentence several times. On the first listen, focus only on meaning. On the second listen, identify the strong words. On the third listen, notice the weak words. On the fourth listen, listen for pauses and thought groups. On the fifth listen, repeat with the same emotion. This is deeper listening. You are no longer asking only, what did the speaker say? You are asking, how did the speaker carry the meaning through sound? This kind of listening transforms your pronunciation because it gives your mouth a complete model. Do not become obsessed with sounding exactly like one country or one speaker. The goal is not to erase your identity. The goal is to make your English clear, natural, and easy to follow. Your accent is not the enemy. Unclear rhythm is often the greater problem. A person can pronounce every sound correctly but still be difficult to understand if the sentence has no stress or natural grouping. Another person may keep their accent but speak with clear rhythm, and listeners understand them easily. Clarity comes from movement. Confidence comes from direction. Fluency comes from connecting ideas smoothly. There will be moments when natural rhythm feels exaggerated. This is normal. When you first begin using stronger stress and more movement, it may feel unnatural because your old speaking habit was flatter. Record yourself saying the same sentence in two ways. First, say it with equal stress. Then say it with clear rhythm and emotion. Listen to both versions. The second version will usually sound more alive, more understandable, and more confident. Do not judge your voice harshly. Use the recording to notice progress. Focus on one change at a time. Perhaps today you will practice strong words. Tomorrow you may practice thought groups. Another day you may practice intonation. Small improvements combine into natural speech. Your daily rhythm practice can be simple. Choose 3 sentences. Mark the important words. Divide the sentence into thought groups. Listen to the original speaker. Repeat slowly. Repeat naturally. Change the emotion. Use the sentence in your own example. For instance, I didn't expect the meeting to take so long. Important words. didn't expect, meeting, and so long. Thought groups. I didn't expect / the meeting to take so long. Now change the emotion. Say it with surprise. Say it with frustration. Say it calmly. Then create your own versions. I didn't expect the journey to take so long. I didn't expect the lesson to be so difficult. I didn't expect the conversation to go so well. Now the rhythm and the pattern both belong to you. This is the point where your ear and mouth stop behaving like strangers. Your ear recognizes the movement. Your mouth trusts the movement. Your brain uses the movement to communicate. Do not chase speed. Chase smoothness. Do not force every word. Guide the important words. Do not fear pauses. Use them to organize meaning. Do not speak like you are reading a dictionary. Speak like you are carrying an idea from your mind to another person. English is not only a collection of words, it is a pattern of energy. It rises, falls, connects, pauses, and moves. When your ear begins to hear that movement, fast English becomes clearer. When your mouth begins to reproduce that movement, speaking becomes easier. And when both begin to follow the same rhythm, your English finally starts to flow. Chapter 7. The Daily Ear and Mouth Routine. Fluency grows when listening and speaking happen together every day. Begin with 5 minutes of focused listening. Choose clear English and listen for the main meaning, rhythm, and emotion. Do not stop for every unknown word. Then replay short sentences and repeat them immediately. Copy the stress, speed, and connection between words. Let your ear guide your mouth. Next, choose 3 useful phrases and create your own sentences with them. If you hear, "I'm trying to improve," say, "I'm trying to speak more clearly. I'm trying to respond faster. I'm trying to stop translating." Finally, answer 5 simple questions aloud. Begin within 3 seconds and add 1 reason or detail to every answer. This routine does not need to be long. 20 to 30 focused minutes can be more powerful than hours of silent listening. Remember the complete system. Listen carefully. Repeat immediately. Copy the rhythm. Create your own sentence. Respond without waiting for perfection. Do this daily, and the distance between your ear and mouth will become smaller. The English you understand will slowly become the English you can use. Your ear already knows the way. Now train your mouth to follow. Your English has never been empty. The words have been inside you for a long time. Your ear has heard them. Your mind has understood them. But your mouth has not always been ready to release them. Now you understand why. Fluency is not created by listening alone. It is created when listening becomes repetition, repetition becomes response, and response becomes habit. Every sentence you repeat strengthens your mouth. Every sound you notice sharpens your ear. Every answer you give without translating builds a faster connection between understanding and speaking. Do not wait until you feel completely confident. Speak while you are still learning. Repeat while the sentence still feels difficult. Respond even when your English is simple. Simple English spoken with courage is more powerful than perfect English that never leaves your mind. From today, do not only listen to English, echo it, use it, respond to it. Allow your ear to guide your mouth until the words begin to come naturally. One day, someone will ask you a question, and before fear can stop you, your mouth will answer. One day, fast English will begin to sound clearer. One day, the sentences that once felt trapped will finally flow. That day will not arrive by accident. It will be built through every small practice you complete from this moment forward. Train your ear, train your mouth. Connect them every day, and let the English inside you finally become the English the world can hear. Before you leave, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and write "I am training my ear and mouth together" in the comments. Your voice is ready. Now use it.